Another exciting device that Microsoft announced at their Surface September 22nd event is the Surface Laptop Studio, which is entirely new. And this is what I guess I was referring to when I was talking about the Surface Book 4 in my What to Expect video. And just to be clear, the Surface Book 3 is still available on Microsoft's website. But anyway, the Surface Laptop Studio is pretty cool. So let's start off with that design. So on a basic level, it's a hybrid between the Surface Laptop and the Surface Studio, thus the naming Surface Laptop Studio. But the coolest part about it is that hinge, which, well, it's Microsoft. They designed the Surface Duo. They've got some of the best hinge designers in the entire world. And it also says that the hinge is made of dynamic woven fabric. I can't wait for a jerry-rig everything video where they tear this down, we actually see the hinge. But anyways, this hinge is crazy. It allows the laptop to be, well, a laptop and then like a tablet, but not the fold back tablet, more like a fold in front tablet. And then it has an in between there too. And the three modes are laptop mode, which is where you use it as a laptop, stage mode, where it's sort of like tent mode that you've seen on 360 laptops before, but basically the screen folds out a bit and covers the keyboard. This is very similar to take Apple's smart keyboard, for example. That's how that part works. And it's also got studio mode, which is where the screen just folds flat all over the keyboard. Now segueing into that display, it's a 14.4 inch display. There's no different size options that you can get, it's just one fix. And it's got even, thin borders all around. And also a 120 Hz dynamic refresh rate display supporting adaptive color. And it's also Dolby Vision capable. And a cool thing with the Surface Slim Pen 2, I think it's hinged under the display or something. Like when you put it into studio mode, I think you pull it out from under. It's a bit confusing. I didn't exactly watch the demo, but if they do have a clip of it, I'll leave it up on the screen right now. Oh, and quickly talking about the ports, this also now has two Thunderbolt 4 ports. However, 2 ports, I mean, only 2, and I appreciate that it's Thunderbolt 4, but I think we could have gotten a couple more, seeing that it's a pro device. The Surface Laptop Studio is equipped with Intel's 11th gen CPUs, H-series CPUs, so they've got quite a lot of power in them, and you can choose between either an i5 or an i7. The i5s come with Intel's Iris Xe graphics, but the i7s come with RTX 3050 Ti's. That seems like a lot of power to pack in a relatively thin device. I want to see how the real world tests actually turn out, and it does seem like there's an entire bottom portion to this laptop when you look at it from the side, and it's also fairly heavy. The i5 models are 3.83 pounds and the i7s are 4 pounds, so I hope that they can cool it properly. And that actually segues into battery life. So Microsoft is claiming, I think, 19 hours of battery life on the i5 variants and 18 hours on the i7 variants. These are, I think, very similar claims to the Microsoft Surface Laptop 4. But I went into the tech specs and I saw that it's only got 58 watt-hour batteries, which, I mean, when you've got chips like these, doesn't seem like it's big enough. With Microsoft claiming, 18 hours with much more demanding chips and fairly smaller batteries, I'm not sure if that'll translate too well into real world use. So I'd say definitely keep an eye out for reviews on those. I think that you could expect around 10 hours of battery life as a healthy estimate based on these claims, but yeah, just wait for the reviews and we can really see what happens there. Now back into the specs, you get up to 32 gigs of RAM and 256 to 2 terabytes of storage. I feel like I'm requesting for a lot of things here, but I just feel that the Surface Laptop Studio, which is like a high-end professional laptop, should not be limited to the same amount of RAM as the Surface Pro 8, which is more casual, not exactly as professional-oriented, pro-oriented as the Surface Laptop Studio is. Although I think that 32 gigs of RAM is fine for most people. Not everyone needs that much. Now, the starting price is $1,600 US, which that is fairly expensive. However, However, the Surface Book 3 starts at the same price. You can literally go onto their website right now and buy that for $1,600. And the fact that you're getting so much more in this compared to the Surface Book 3, or even what a potential Surface Book 4 successor could have even shown if they announced it at this event, this is shaping up to seem like a much better deal. I've already said this, and I'm going to say it a couple times. Wait for the reviews. It's always best to wait for those before you just go out and make a decision. Although, if you want to, you can buy it. No one's going to stop you, but it's always a good choice to wait for the reviews and see how this thing really performs, because, Surface Pro X seemed really good, and that was not really a great device. And that brings us to the end of the video. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the Surface Laptop Studio? Is it overpriced? I really want to know what you think of these new Surface devices. And I'm also planning on making a Surface Duo 2, Surface Pro X, and Surface Go 3 video, well, all in one video, over the weekend. So maybe it's a good time to, hit that red subscribe button and also that little bell icon next to it, and might as well tap all for those notifications if you want to see that video and you don't want to miss it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And that's pretty much it for me.